Man, my man got a bad in real life, in real mother life. And I ain't never going nowhere. We locked in. You can't compare where you can't compete, stink. Yeah, you know, him, that's me. Bye. Y'all, I am divorced. I am divorced. Y'all don't even know how good this feel. Like, I feel free. I'm divorced. I told y'all, yeah, big divorce on paper, and I'm happy about it.
This morning, we continue to follow developments on a shooting spree in Fort Worth overnight that sent police crews in a frenzy and neighbors in a panic. It happened in multiple areas across East and South Fort Worth, and Fort Worth police confirmed a person died at least from one of those shootings.
On the night of July 4th, 2024, the air in Fort Worth, Texas was filled with the sounds of celebration. Fireworks bursting, laughter echoing, and music playing. Neighbors gathered on Castleman and Comanche Streets for a block party, a tradition that brought the community together each year. Among them was 39-year-old Latasha Tasha Hymond, a beloved celebrity makeup artist and business owner, known for her vibrant spirit and dedication to her craft. She was there with her fiancé, Tommy Howard, enjoying the festivities with family and friends. Imagine, you're celebrating freedom. Fireworks light up the sky, laughter fills the air. It's the 4th of July, a night for joy. But what if in a heartbeat that joy turns to terror? What if the sound of celebration is replaced by the crack of gunfire? That's what happened to Tasha Hymond. She was living her best life, divorced, free, and engaged to the man she loved. Then, everything changed. They say life can change in an instant. Well, it did for Tasha, on Castleman Street in Fort Worth, Texas. What started as a neighborhood block party ended in blood. How does a night meant for celebration become a scene of absolute chaos? How do you go from laughter to running for your life? Tasha Hymond, she was a makeup artist. Not just any makeup artist, though. She was the heart of Slay by Shay. She was a mother, a fiancée, deeply in love. She was someone's daughter, someone's friend. And that night, she was someone caught in a nightmare. A nightmare that took her life. We're going to piece together what happened. We're going to find out how a simple 4th of July party turned into a murder scene. And we're going to ask the question that everyone is asking. Who did this? And why? This is her story. This is the search for justice. This is a heartbreaking story, so grab a cup of coffee and settle in. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Let me know in the comments. Don't hesitate to join the conversation too. Your thoughts and input are a vital part of this story. We specially welcome you to this channel, Mind Twist True Crime Stories, where all our stories are based on real and true crimes. Kindly support us by subscribing to this channel and turn on the notification bell icon. This tragic story will be transporting us to Fort Worth, Texas, a city that seamlessly blends its rich Western heritage with modern urban life. Known for its historic stockyards, where daily cattle drives and the world's largest honky-tonk, Billy Bob's Texas, draw both locals and tourists, the city offers a unique glimpse into the past. Downtown Sundance Square spans 35 blocks, bustling with restaurants, shops, and vibrant nightlife, reflecting the city's dynamic culture. However, beneath its lively exterior, Fort Worth faces significant challenges with crime and gun violence. In 2023, the city reported 30,603 incidents, marking a 1.5% decrease from the previous year, but a 5.4% increase over 5 years. Residents have a 1 in 205 chance of falling victim to violent crime and a 1 in 38 chance of experiencing property crime. Let's talk about Tasha. 39 years old. A force. A makeup artist who could transform anyone, not just with a brush, but with her spirit. In 2018, Tasha turned her lifelong passion into a profession by establishing Slay by Shay, a makeup studio located at 66203 South Creek Drive in Fort Worth. Slay by Shay wasn't just a business, it was her passion. Her clients, they weren't just customers, they were family. Over 1,000 people trusted her, loved her. Can you imagine having that kind of impact? She was a mother to a 22-year-old boy, and they shared a very unique bond. And then there was Tommy, her fiancé. Tommy Howard. He called her his savior. After losing his previous fiancé to cancer, Tasha brought him back to life. She was his light. He'd found love again. That kind of love people dream about. They were engaged, planning a future that was stolen. Tasha's impact extended beyond her makeup chair. She was a beloved figure in her community, known for her warm hugs, infectious smiles, and uplifting spirit. Her cousin, Pastor Felton Jenkins, fondly recalled, "Every time we see each other, it's a hug, it's a kiss, it's a smile, dance, you name it. We are going to cheer each other up." She was loved by everybody. She was divorced, finally free, celebrating her independence, starting over. You know that feeling, right? That feeling of a fresh start? She was happy, truly happy. And that's what makes this so wrong. She posted on Facebook. She was celebrating her divorce and her freedom. She was living her best life. But here's the thing. She knew something. She was happy, but she was also on edge. She was streaming live, showing the world her happiness, her freedom, her celebration. But was she also documenting something else? Something dangerous? Think about it. Why live stream a block party? Is it just to show your friends how much fun you're having? Or is it something more? Is it to show what's really happening? What if Tasha knew deep down that something was about to go wrong? What if those happy smiles were hiding a fear she couldn't shake? She was live, right up until the shots rang out. Her last moments, captured on camera. What did she see? What did she hear? And who was watching? Who was watching her? Waiting. We're gonna find out. And what we find might just change everything. Have you ever live-streamed an event? Why or why not? Do you think it's a good way to document moments, or does it add more risk? Fort Worth. You've probably seen it in movies, heard about it. A city with a mix of old and new. Cowboys and concrete. But on July 4th, 2024, it became something else entirely. It became the stage for a nightmare. Castleman Street. Just a regular street. Houses close together, people living their lives. You know, the kind of place where neighbors know each other, kids play outside, a place where you'd expect to feel safe. But that night, it wasn't safe. The 4th of July, block party, cookouts, music, fireworks. It started like any other celebration, people coming together, having a good time. But something was off, even before the shots. Something was building. You could feel it. Think about it, 200, 300 people crammed onto a residential street. Fireworks going off, some aimed at houses. Police are already on the scene, monitoring the crowd. Why? What did they expect? Was it just a precaution? Or did they know something was about to happen? This intersection, this ordinary street corner. This is where it all went wrong. This is where the celebration turned deadly. They say the atmosphere was tense, that things were getting out of hand. But what does that mean? What does it look like? Did people argue? Was there a fight? Or was it something else? Something unspoken? What if the danger wasn't coming from the crowd? What if it was already there, hidden in plain sight? What if the real threat wasn't the noise or the fireworks, but someone, watching, waiting for their moment? Okay, so here's the thing. The day started normal. Cookouts, music, you know, the usual 4th of July stuff, kids running around, sparklers, the whole deal. But as the sun went down, something changed. 200, 300 people joined the celebration on one street. That's a lot. Think about it. That's a small festival in some places. Castleman Street, though? It's a neighborhood, houses right next to each other, and it filled up, fast. Fireworks, they're illegal in Fort Worth. But that night, they were everywhere, and not just the safe kind. Some were aimed at houses, people's homes, you know, the places where they sleep, where their kids are. And then, the police show up. Why? Were they called? Or were they just there, watching, waiting? Because here's the thing. They didn't stop anything. They didn't disperse the crowd. They just watched. Think about it. Fireworks going off, people packed tight, police on the scene, but not doing anything. It's like a pressure cooker. You know something's about to blow, but you don't know when or how bad it's going to be. And that's when it started. The tension, the feeling that something wasn't right. That the celebration was about to turn into something else. Something dark, something dangerous. And the worst part? Tasha was right in the middle of it. Live streaming, capturing every second. Every dangerous second. Have you ever been in a crowd that felt like it was getting out of control? What did you do? Tasha was live. She wanted to share the night. You know how it is. You want to capture the moment, show your friends, let them feel like they're there. But this wasn't just any night. She was talking about the fireworks. People were throwing them at the police, at the cops. Think about that. Fireworks. At police cruisers. That's not just a celebration. That's a challenge. A dare. They're getting closer. The crowd. The fireworks. They're pushing the line. Testing the boundaries. And the police? They're still just there. Watching. Not stopping it. It's like she's documenting a powder keg. Every second, it's getting closer to exploding. She's showing us what's happening, but is she also trying to warn us? Is she trying to tell us something without saying it? That sound, that explosion, it's right next to the police car, way too close. And the live stream, it doesn't stop. She keeps recording. But you can feel the shift. The moment everything changed. What did she see in that moment? Did she see the person who was about to start shooting? Was she looking right at them? And did they see her? Did they see her recording? We're going to find out. We're going to listen to that live stream again and again, and we're going to see what she saw. Because in those final moments, she captured something. Something that might just reveal the truth. It all changed in seconds. One moment, fireworks. The next, chaos. They say it started with the cars, donuts, right there, at the intersection. Castleman and Comanche, just showing off, right? But it wasn't just that. Imagine the noise, the smoke. The crowd was already on edge. Then this. People are getting louder, more aggressive, frustration. You can feel it. It's like a match thrown into gasoline. And then the shots, not just one, multiple. Fast, like someone flipped a switch. Celebration to war zone. Just like that. They say the crowd was tense. They say things were getting out of hand. But this wasn't just a fight. This was something else. Planned, spontaneous. We don't know for sure, but it was brutal. And Tasha, she was right there. Live, recording. Did she see who fired the first shot? Did she see where they were aiming? Did she see them before they pulled the trigger? Crossfire, that's what they called it, caught in the middle. But what does that mean? Does it mean it was random? Does it mean it was an accident? Or does it mean they didn't care who they hit? Tasha was struck on the chest and arms, her live stream. It just stopped. No warning, no scream, just silence. A chilling silence. Imagine that. One moment she's there, talking, laughing. The next, gone. And it wasn't just Tasha. Marcus Martin Jr., 19 years old, shot in the back, not in the front, not in a fight, in the back. Running? Trying to get away? We don't know. 2 lives. Gone. Just like that, in seconds. In seconds. And for what? For a block party? For some cars doing donuts? For fireworks? It doesn't make sense. They say it was chaos. They say it was confusion. But there was a target. There were targets. And they were hit. Deliberately. Gunfire stops. Silence. Then sirens. Chaos. Police everywhere. But it wasn't enough. It's too late. They walked into a mess. Bodies. People are screaming. Panic. You can't even imagine it. A street. A neighborhood. Turned into a crime scene. Just like that. Witnesses? They were scared. Confused. Everyone is saying something different. Who do you believe? Who saw what? And who's telling the truth? Multiple suspects. They said multiple shooters. But who and why? Was it planned? Was it a fight gone wrong? Or was it something else? Something more annoying? Police started investigating. They started looking for answers. But the truth, it's hidden. Buried in the chaos. And someone knows. Someone saw. Someone heard. We're gonna find out. We're gonna dig into the investigation. We're gonna find out who was there. And we're gonna ask, what are they hiding? And why? Because the truth, it's out there. And it's about to be revealed. If you witnessed a crime, would you come forward? Why or why not? They had a mess. 2 dead. 100+ shell casings. A crowd of hundreds. All scattered. Where do you even start? That's what the police were facing. Days went by. No arrests, no names, just questions. They were hunting for witnesses. They were searching for anyone who saw anything. But people were scared. People were quiet. They said it was challenging. That's an understatement. A mass shooting on a crowded street. Multiple shooters. How do you find them? How do you separate the truth from the lies? Evidence. They had evidence. Shell casings. Different calibers. That means different guns. Multiple shooters. But finding the people who pulled the triggers? That's another story. They said they were following leads. They said they were working around the clock. But were they? Or were they hitting dead ends? Were they missing something? Something obvious? Because someone knows. someone saw, someone heard. And they're not talking. Why? Are they scared? Are they protecting someone? Or are they involved?
It was fun. It started off great.
What is left of 24 hours ago
Everybody was coming out, cooking out in their front yard.
is a reminder of what is lost.
Everything just went downhill from there.
In the Eastland neighborhood of Fort Worth at Castleman and Comanche, Lizbeth was with her family celebrating the 4th of July.
But before everything started, they were already here.
Fort Worth police was already monitoring the area. They say 200 to 300 people took over the block.
I'm trying to show y'all all these people outside.
Just before midnight, the booming sound of fireworks was muted by gunfire.
What y'all doing, Facebook?
Half an hour before, Latasha Hymond was streaming live on Castleman Street. Family confirms the 39-year-old makeup artist and business owner was killed in the crossfire.
It hurt.
Her cousin, Pastor Felton Jenkins,
It's a different kind of pain.
spends every day fighting to stop gun violence, but this time,
She is sweet. She's my angel.
the pain is personal.
Every time we see each other, it's a hug, it's a kiss, it's a smile, it's a small dance, you name it. We gonna cheer each other up. She was loved by everybody. She was loved by everybody.
2 more shooting victims survived, and police say another person died after a medical emergency. At this point, there are multiple suspects, but no one is in custody.
They are cowards.
Jenkins and several community leaders want those who know something to come forward.
Come on, Fort Worth.
They want to stop gun violence.
This is real. Stop these block parties.
They want to protect the youth.
To the point where you grow up with it, you kind of get used to it.
Hearing gunshots on her street is nothing new for Lizbeth.
I am so sorry. Like, my condolences go out to your family, your friends.
But she is disheartened. Celebration turned to sorrow. In Fort Worth, I'm Tiffany Liu.
Imagine losing someone like Tasha, gone just like that. No warning, no goodbye. That's what Tommy Howard faced. The man who called her his savior. He talked about her laugh, her smile, the way she made him feel. But mostly he talked about the emptiness, the hole she left behind, her family, broken, lost. They're not just grieving, they're searching for answers, for justice, for something to make sense of the senseless. Pastor Felton Jenkins, her cousin, he's seen violence, he's fought against it, but this hit differently. This was family, and now he's calling for change, for an end to the madness. The community. They mourned, candles lit, flowers placed. Social media is filled with tributes, sleigh-by clients, friends, neighbors, everyone remembering Tasha. They wanted answers, they wanted justice, but more than that, they wanted to stop it from happening again, to stop the next Tasha, the next Marcus. They're asking for help. They're asking for anyone who knows anything to come forward, to say something, to do something. Because silence is what got Tasha killed. 2 weeks. That's how long it took. 2 weeks of silence, of waiting, of wondering. Then they made an arrest. Toderick Rogers, 21 years old, charged with murder, finally a name, a face, someone held accountable. But here's the thing, they said it was multiple shooters. More than one person pulled the trigger that night. So, who else? He's in the system. Legal proceedings, court dates, lawyers. But it's not over. Not even close. They're still investigating, still looking for answers, still searching for the others. Was he the trigger man? Was he the mastermind, or was he just another piece of the puzzle? Another person caught in the crossfire? We don't know. Not yet. But someone does. Someone knows exactly what happened. Someone knows who else was there. Someone knows why. And they're not talking. Tasha Hymond. A makeup artist, a mother, a fiancée, a daughter, a friend, a woman with dreams, with a future. A woman who deserved to live. She was more than just a victim, more than just a statistic. She was a person who loved, who laughed, who lived. And that's how we should remember her. But it can't end there. We can't let it end there. We have to remember, we have to fight, we have to demand justice. For Tasha, for Marcus, for everyone affected. If you know something, say something. Don't let fear silence you. Don't let them get away with it. Call Crime Stoppers. Help bring them to justice. Help bring closure to those who loved her. Our hearts ache for the family and loved ones of Tasha Hymond. We offer our deepest condolences during this incredibly difficult time and hope you find strength in the memories you shared. This story, Tasha Hymond's story, it demands to be heard. A simple like, a share, can amplify her voice and the voices of all those touched by senseless violence. It's not just about remembering Tasha. It's about fighting for the justice she deserves. It's about making sure her life and her tragic death aren't forgotten. Let's work together. Let's make sure her story is a catalyst for change. If you're looking for more stories that dig deep, that explore the complexities of human behavior, that demand justice for victims like Tasha, then hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. Be the first to know when we bring you another story that matters. And don't hesitate to explore our other videos. There's so much to learn, so much to understand. Join the conversation in the comments. Share your thoughts. Share your insights. How can we make a difference? How can we create a world where Tasha's story is an anomaly, not a reality? Let's talk about it. Let's work together to make sure justice is served. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Thank you for listening. And until next time, please stay vigilant and stay safe.